What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Iron Maiden, and we are back for the longest Iron Maiden song to date, which is to say we're going to listen to the song Empire of the Clouds from the Book of Souls, their second most recent album. This album, what year did it come out? Was it 2016? 2015. Okay, this is 2015. It's a disc, or it's a two-disc release. It's just an unbelievable work of art. Again, shout out to Eddie here and sort of his tribal appearance, which, again, both discs have the same thing. So yeah, this tune, Empire of the Clouds, it was written by Bruce Dickinson, and I believe it relates to this airship. I think it was like 1930, or at least the early 1930s. It's called the R-101, and it's sort of like the Titanic of the air, in that it was the largest airship of its kind at the time of its construction, and I think it was much heralded for that fact, but unfortunately it crashed on its maiden voyage. I think it crashed in France, and not everybody on board died, but the vast majority of people did. I think it was something like 48 out of 54. So it is this sort of tragic thing. There is a line in the song that always stuck out to me, which is the Empire of the Clouds. It's the ashes of the past. That really, just that simple imagery really sort of caught my attention. But I remember when I listened to this the first time, when it was over, I swear I sat still for 2 to 3 minutes, just letting the song sort of wash over me and sort of pondering it. It's remarkable. I do believe, reading somewhere, that Bruce said it was written entirely on the piano, which is certainly heard in the song. But again, it's another song with tempo changes and notably different sections and different rhythms. So it is more than any other Iron Maiden song, this long journey with different parts to the story. But yeah, I do really love the piano in it, and I remember reading in that same interview where Bruce said that they haven't played this at shows because it's such like a unique piece even for them that it might not work because it's just not fast enough, it's not like rocking enough to fit with the vibe of their concerts. But I think he did say something to the effect of he'd like to do it with an orchestra, and like, man, I don't know if that's already happened. This interview that I'm talking about, it was like a couple years ago when I was first listening to this album, because admittedly, I've been into Iron Maiden since like 2015, 2016, but I went through it in order. So even though I bought the Book of Souls pretty early on, like after it came out, I didn't get to it until later. So anyway, I don't know if they've already done that, but if they haven't, like, someone make that happen, please. Nevertheless, it's a long tune, so let's get to it. This is Empire of the Clouds on the Book of Souls from 2015. I'm a sucker for good string writing. You write a good violin line, a good cello line, I'm in love with your music. And somewhere Yo-Yo Ma's like, what? No, I do classical reactions. I've been listening to classical music as long as anything else, and anytime I listen to a piece of music that blends different musical pursuits of mine, it's like, thank you. Guitar sneaking in there. Open a concert with this.
To ride the storm
of that last line. Sort of conveyed the gravity of the lyrical content very well. The piano continues that little guitar.
Mist is in the trees, stone sweats with the dew. The morning sunrise, red before the blue. Hanging at the mast,
It's almost like he's singing like
His Majesty's airship.
vocal theater, like he's singing in like a dramatic persona. Feel the intensity rising as we're talking about this storm brewing.
We must go now. We must take our chance with fate. We must go now. For the politician, it can't be late.
Maybe in retrospect, common sense could have prevailed. But vanity, ego, they're powerful forces, and not usually for good. An Achilles it would become, an Achilles yet to come. Just like with the Titanic, it sounds like there were multiple moments at which a wiser decision could have been made, but that obduracy, that stubbornness, when I first heard this sitting up, I'm like, alright, I don't know where we're going, but I'm ready for it. Just flashback to that. It feels like an engine, sputtering out. It feels like uncertainty in the air. love the way that's climbing. Now it feels like that same uncertainty, but even more intensity, even more peril. The double bass. Again, their musicianship and sense of timing is unbelievable. Getting those Iron Maiden Castlevania vibes again. Testament to the fact that songs, you know, like 35 years apart give me the same feeling. I think they've been able to carry on their sound very well, even if they've evolved it and pursued some different avenues. It just sounds like Iron Maiden. Wailing. I forgot that was there. I thought that was a little bit later. Again, it's an 18-minute tune. It's hard to keep track of it all in your head. That's what it was. I think I forgot there was like that interlude between this and the previous section like this. It's not how full the sound is, like how rich the melody is as it's conveyed. Thought the guitar fireworks were over, you would be mistaken. Oh my God. Bruce coming back in like a boss right there, like fuck. And now the storm is raging. The intensity of the song, of his singing, it reflects the intensity. Again, more of this sort of suspended, you know, when are we going to hit sort of feeling. whole song, it's like the sonics follow the lyrics. It's like it feels like we're falling now, we're slipping away. A feeling which was just intensified by that. The descent. Feedback sound, kind of like that ringing.
With dim lights came the cry, now plunging from the sky. 3,000 horses silent as the ship began to die. The flares to guide her path.
3,000 horses silent. All that horsepower.
Empire of the clouds, just ashes in our past.
That, there it is.
Just ashes at the last.
I praised Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner for taking its time to tell the full story, not only lyrically but sonically. You know, this is as good, if not better, of an example. I think there's some more yeah.
Now a shadow on a hill, the angel of the east, the empire of the clouds may rest in peace. And in a country churchyard, laid head to the mast, 840 souls came to die in France.
840 souls. It's the same thing when I first heard it. I just feel like I need to sit and process everything. Nevertheless, I'll try to cobble it together. It's just astounding. It's, as again, their ability to tell stories through songs is something I've been talking about since the very first reaction I did, which is "Hallowed Be Thy Name," which is the first song of theirs that I really remember, you know, and made an impression on me. It made me say, well, you know what, I'm going to go back and do this deep dive on Iron Maiden. But as I've continued to listen to the albums, just song after song, they really can craft narratives well. But this might be the best ever example. I mean, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner will always be like one of my favorite songs from them, and I really think it's just perfect. It's a story about telling a story, and the story itself is fascinating, and I think it has a good message and so on. This one has more of a tragic feel because, you know, there are 48 people who didn't get to live and sort of, you know, learn from, you know, the mistakes that were made and so on. But ultimately, I think this story was told so powerfully, like it hit me emotionally at different parts, and ultimately, the way the music like doubled or followed the lyrical content, like at every step of the way, was just astounding. Like honestly, it felt like we were getting ready, and then you could feel the storm sort of rising, and then you could feel it arrived and the intensity of his singing, and then you could feel things going wrong as we were falling, and then at the end that sort of lament that these people died because of, you know, the way that things were done and decisions that were made, and ultimately misfortune as well. It was just remarkable. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really found that to be a profound experience. Let me know if there's another song from this album you'd like to hear reacted to. But seriously, thank you for listening and watching. I really appreciate you. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. Peace.